Welcome back. It's time once again for another AEW episode here. We're here live in, where the fuck are we? Louisiana. For the first ever AEW Dynamite here. Don't look at that TNT logo. We're not big enough in this universe to be. We don't have the Bucks and Cody Rhodes vying for television opportunities. We're stuck on Dish Network for right now, and YouTube America is what they call it in the game. That's where we're at right now. It's the first Dynamite. We're right off the heels of what was an explosive All In, which we saw Kevin Steen win the first ever AEW World Championship. But then we saw a return, and not just a return to AEW, but a return to the wrestling business as we saw the Rated R superstar come out and spear the world champion right after his big win. Tonight we hear from Edge, we hear from Kevin Steen, and we got some big action, including our main event of Robert Roode and Elijah Burke. Let's get into the show, though. We start off on the pre-show. Scarlett Bordeaux and Cherry Bomb going one-on-one, and Cherry Bomb hits the anger as beauty. The anger as beauty. She makes Scarlett tap out with that move, and I got a 38. Bubbly Bub Babyface and the sex symbol gimmicks. Shout out to those two. What polar opposites those are. We're 461 people here. In this universe, we're this is not the AEW you know and love in terms of people showing up and showing out for them, because we're still kind of a small company here. We also see Chris Masters taking on Rocky Romero. And Chris Masters, the former WWE superstar, defeating Rocky Romero 956 with a master lock. And our last pre-show match, Jack Evans defeating the Cowboy himself, Adam Page, in 10:30 with busted out the corkscrew 6:30 on the pre-show. Jack, you could have just hit like a fucking moon song, called it and sent him home. Hey, I'm just the Booker man. All right, that's the end of the pre-show. That was your pre-show main event presented by 7-Up. Do the do. We move on to the main show. Big fireworks. A recap of what happened at All In, and Edge comes out. Edge makes his appearance. Metalingus, Alter Bridge playing in the speakers. The fans booing him. Most people would be excited to see Edge, but after what happened at All In, the fans are not on his side, and he comes out and he gets a microphone, and he's going to explain to the crowd, what he did and why he did it. And he says, for the last 4 days, these 4 days have felt like the last 2 years of just sitting at home, getting call after call, text after text. Why, Adam? Why? Why did you do this? Well, let me turn the page back a little bit. April 2011, my career, my life took a dramatic turn when I was forced to retire by the WWE doctors. They would not clear me. They said this neck injury, Edge, this neck injury was too much. It was life-threatening. You had to call it quits. And so I did. I packed my shit back up, and I went home and I sat on my couch and I watched, knowing that diagnosis was wrong. So I went to different doctors. I went to different medical professionals. And one guy, Dr. James Andrew, he cleared me. He said it was just a misdiagnosis. Your neck isn't as bad as what they said. And so that had me thinking, What the fuck? Was I just screwed out of a job? What was going on? So I made the call back up to Triple H, or Vince. I said, look, Vince. And he hung up the phone. He didn't want to hear it. He did not. They got rid of me. But in a way, they fired me without firing me. And that made me sick to my stomach. So I just sat on the couch and I fell out of love with wrestling. And I just did nothing. I just knew my life was over. But then a little birdie came through the window. And that little birdie was Shane McMahon. And he said, Adam, we're starting something new. We're starting something special. We're starting something big. And I knew what happened to Shane. He just got embarrassed like I did. Like he got written off. He was casted aside like I was. So I knew I needed to be part of All Elite Wrestling. And now you're probably wondering, why? Why didn't you just come back? Why didn't you just come back and, become a wrestler and just put this company on the back burner and be the face of All Elite? That's because I wasn't offered it. In true McMahon form, they just pushed me aside. Shane just said, come back. You could be like a GM or something. And that didn't sit well with me. I told him I wanted to wrestle. I told him I'm back, I'm healthy. And he said, no, look, Adam, you're not. I know you want to give it to all this wrestling your whole life, but you're just not ready. And when he told me to come in and be the official guest title coronation member, I don't even know what the official role was, but I was supposed to give the belt to Kevin Steen as kind of a handoff, a passing of the torch. I was not okay with that. So I came in and took business into my own hands. I'm coming in here for one reason only, to take down Shane McMahon. And when I take him down, I'm taking over this company, and I'm taking down this fucking idiot father of his. So if you ask me, why, Edge? Why? It's because I wanted to. We move on. We have our opening match, Davey Richards taking on Ricochet in 642. Davey Richards getting a win with a creeping death. Davey Richards pinning Ricochet in 642. Wow. Ricochet is 60. Let me write that down. We didn't see Ricochet at All In as he was working Dragon Gate USA. That's one of the promotions that we will be challenging for availability for our guys, because we will be going neck and neck for guys like him. Wuhan Nation is on the roster right now, but he's working Dragon Gate. I think those are the only two. I think they fired somebody in between shows, but alas, Ricochet losing to Davey Richards. We move on. Shane McMahon backstage. Obviously a little distraught after hearing about what Edge just talked about, but business still needs to be done, and he reveals the new TV title, and that is going to be one at Double or Nothing. One more title here, the mid-card belt for All Elite Wrestling. We move on. We have another match here, tag team match. It's Brett and Brandon Tate taking on former SmackDown Tag Team Champions Brian Kendrick and Paul London. Well, they showed excellent chemistry teaming together. Okay. All right. Yeah, Kendrick and London beating the Tate brothers when Paul London pins Brett Tate with the London Calling. Shout out Paul London. Backstage, RVD is pumping some iron. He's lifting some weights, and he's confronted by the young upstart Tommaso Ciampa. And Ciampa gets in RVD's faces and just tells him, look, you're past your prime. They call me the Psycho Killer. And I think it's time that I take you out back and put you down like you should have been years ago, Rob. And RVD's like, whoa, man, take it easy. I'm just here doing my thing just like you're doing your thing. You don't need, if you want to go take this into the ring, we can next week if you want to. And Ciampa, you're on. Ciampa RVD next week. We move on. Eva Lee's taking on Mercedes Martinez. Two members of the women's division ran by Mickie James right now. As she beat Melina at All In for the belt. We see Mercedes defeating Eva Lee in 10:25 with the 3 Amigos. She did with the 3 Amigos and that was the pin? Good for you. Let me write down Ciampa real quick. There we go. We move on. Another match right here. A lot of former WWE and a lot of Fed guys here. As we see Carlito, taking on Drew Gulak Carly Colon winning in 12:56 with a backstabber. Look, why wouldn't I put all the Fed guys over? Carlito getting the adequate cool dude gimmick. And Drew Gulak, his traditionalist great gimmick. All right. Our cameras go backstage and Kevin Steen bursts through Shane McMahon's GM door, whatever, his locker, his office. Is that what it be? Office? And he demands Edge at Double or Nothing, our next pay-per-view. And Shane McMahon, he gives it to him. Steen, Edge, our first big pay-per-view post. I guess it's not our first big pay-per-view. Whatever. Steen, Edge, Double or Nothing seems to be what's going on. Mickie James is backstage, being interviewed when she's jumped by Maria Kanellis and Angelina Love. What the hell oh no, the bitch gimmick got an initial rating of poor. She's a poor bitch. Cut. Yeah, so Kanellis and Angelina Love beating down Mickie James. We go to our co-main event here. Adam Cole taking on Chris Daniels. Two guys who were in the main event of All In, but just came up a little short. But today, Adam Cole defeating Christopher Daniels in 16:56, the PWG World Champion. I forgot to mention that in All In. He is the PWG World Champion. He defeats Christopher Daniels with a last shot. And that leads us to our main event. Robert Roode and Elijah Burke. Robert Roode couldn't get it done at the pay-per-view. Elijah Burke beat Shelton Benjamin here. And Robert Roode hits the payoff, gets the win in 18:19, and grabs the microphone. And he says he's making his claim for the TV title. He said there's no better person to wear the television champion than the man that television was made for. Robert Roode. And that is our first episode of Dynamite in June. For these YouTube, I think we're going to upload I'll probably have the first 2 weeks of Dynamite in one episode. Week 3 and 4 in the next, and then pay-per-view. So we'll do 3 episodes of the series per month. We'll see you for week 2. And welcome back to another episode of AEW Dynamite here in our local. This is our new Daly's Place. Daly's Place, not open at this point in 2013. This is the Huma Terabon Hall. This is the home of AEW until I figure it out. Until I figure out how to open Daly's Place or just remake that in the save, because I think it imported it already, and I think it opens. Fucking opens at some point later in the years moving forward. Let's get into it. We got a big show lined up for you here tonight for Dynamite. We start off with the Murdoch versus Murdoch here in the pre-show. 500 people, which is about, I think, 32 more than we had last week. We're going in the right direction. Trevor Murdoch defeats John Wayne Murdoch with a sweet and sour here on the pre-show. We also have another pre-show match featuring Cody Hall, who's working over in New Japan at this time, losing to Biff Busick. I have big plans for Big Biff, but he's not there yet in terms of overness, in terms maybe in terms of in-ring ability, but right now, fans treat him as unimportant, and we're gonna slowly make him into that star. We also have Chuck Taylor taking on Anthony Henry, and Taylor hitting his patented awful waffle to get the job done. But we start off tonight. Not Jim Ross. Fuck, I wish. Kevin Kelly and Excalibur, welcome everyone watching at home and everyone here tonight to AEW Dynamite, and Kevin Steen walks out. Oh, didn't mean to spoil who's also in this. He says, he cuts a promo. He says he's glad to be here in AEW wrestling, for weeks, for months. He's been getting called by the other company across the country. Come on, we would love to have you. We would love to have you. Come on, Kevin. And he says no. Because now he's glad he stayed here in All Elite Wrestling. He's glad he came in here and won the AEW World Championship, but he's glad a former WWE wrestler came in and attacked him first. He's glad that WWE fired the first bullet. And he says, fuck WWE, which gets a huge from the crowd because, F-bombs. What are we doing here, Kevin? And someone backstage, first, Kevin says he can beat anyone. It could be Edge, it could be Brian Myers, it could be anyone in the locker room now in WWE or has ever been in the locker room in WWE. He says he can beat any wrestler from there. And out comes former United States champion MVP, who takes him up on that offer. He says, Kevin, I've been in both places. I've been in the Indies. I've been in here. And let me tell you, you wouldn't last a day over there. Now, I respect you a hell of a lot, Kevin. But until you step a foot in that door over there, you have no idea what it takes to be a WWE superstar. And the fans are booing MVP. And Kevin says, well, step into the ring and I'll see how easy it is to beat a WWE superstar. So we're getting Steen and MVP in our main event tonight, live here in Houma, Louisiana, home of AEW. We also, on AEW Twitter page, we have an announcement, as it has been announced that the Colon brothers are the new new number one contenders for the AEW Tag Team titles, and they arrived to the arena tonight. They arrived to the arena. They don't have a match, though. They're just new number one contenders, and they're here. We move on. Our first tag team match of the night. Our first match of the night is a tag team match. It's the Young Bucks taking on Jack Evans and Teddy Hart, and a good bout that had great wrestling, good reaction from the crowd. The Young Bucks defeat Jack Evans and Teddy Hart when Nick Jackson pins Teddy Hart with the stereo super kicks. Is that when just Matt and Nick just take turns super kicking poor little Teddy Hart? Poor little Teddy Hart. Fuck Teddy Hart. Last time we saw Teddy Hart, he won a scramble match at All In. Jack Evans did not win a scramble match at All In. The Young Bucks get a nice little win here. They needed it moving forward. Angelina Marie are making their way down to the ring, and they proclaim themselves as the beautiful people in a sea of ugliness. They said they looked around in the locker room, and they were disgusted. They come from a time where women wrestlers are supposed to look pretty and all that bullshit. And they said they're gonna clean up this women's division. They take on they're in tag team action up next, actually, as they take on Heidi Lovelace and Mia Yim, and Angelina Love and Maria Kanellis get the win in 7:05 when Angelina Love pins Heidi Lovelace with a Botox injection. Hell yeah, brother. Mia Yim carried the match. Yeah, she is the workhorse. Heidi Lovelace and Mia Yim have great chemistry working together. Okay, all right. When the women's tag team titles come down the line in due time, they'll be my first champions. Mark it, book it. After the match, Angelina Love and Marie Kanellis grab their bags and they start humiliating poor little Heidi Lovelace and Mia Yim until Melina Perez and Mickie James come out and they run off the beautiful people. Remember, they attacked them last week. They attacked Mickie James last week, but Melina there to save the day as well. We move on to another match here. We have Jay Lethal taking on a man we have not seen in action yet, Sami Callihan. And a 61. Let's go. Great wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. Jay Lethal pins Sami Callihan in 12:24 with not the Botox injection, but the lethal injection. A decent little match there. Both getting 58s. Sami debuting his goth gimmick and got an initial rating of great. There you go. We move on forward. Adam Cole is making his way down to the ring. This winner of this next match between Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano will take on Robert Roode at Double or Nothing for the vacated TV championship. We move on to that promo right there, that segment right there. It's Gargano and Adam Cole will get the job done, beating Johnny Gargano in 16-15 with a last shot. Adam Cole, 62. He is really looking at the overness, the popularity-wise of wrestlers so far. Adam Cole, going through the roof. He might be one of the most over guys, not named RVD, Robert Roode, or Kevin Steen at this point. Adam Cole gets the job done. He will take on Robert Roode at Double or Nothing. We move on to our next match, which was set up last week. We saw Tommaso Ciampa getting in RVD's face. And now we have that match right now in our co-main event. It's Rob Van Dam and Tommaso Ciampa. And RVD gets the job done in 17:03 with a 5-star frog splash, beating Tommaso Ciampa. A big win for the wildly veteran RVD. And he celebrates in the ring. And then Ciampa comes back. He's pissed off. Runs back in the ring. Blindsides RVD. And just starts beating him down. And stomps on RVD's knees. Just continuing to lay the boots into his knees. RVD's screaming in pain, and security has to come out and escort Ciampa out of the ring. And RVD has to be helped to the back. He cannot put any weight on his right knee or his right leg at all, because Ciampa has just fucking beat the shit out of him. He just stomped his knee until he couldn't walk. We move on. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, my phone kept going off. It's not blah, blah, blah. We have a placeholder commercial about Double or Nothing in 2 weeks, live in Jacksonville, Florida. We'll find a venue for it. Don't worry. And our main event, Kevin Steen takes on MVP. Kevin Steen saying he could beat any WWE wrestler. MVP sticking up pro WWE MVP. And about that, it's Superb Wrestling and Good Heat. Kevin Steen will get the job done in 18:28 with a package pound driver. It's going to be Steen and Edge at Double or Nothing. AEW World Championship on the line. It's going to be a hell of a match. Kevin Steen he's in good form right now. Edge has not wrestled in 2 years. What will happen at Double or Nothing? We'll see in a couple weeks. That was the show right there. 62. Ooh, our best show yet. We'll see for the next week's Dynamite. I know I said at the end of the first week of Dynamite, I don't know how the concept of episodes will be. Will they all be will 1 month be in one episode? Can people watch 50 to an hour minute episodes? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see you for week 3. And we are back. One more episode of AEW Dynamite. We are 6 days away from Double or Nothing, live in Jacksonville, Florida. It's going to be a hell of a show. Let's get right into this go-home episode of Dynamite. We got the pre-show going on. We got Brian Cage, Luke Hawx, and Luke Hawx. Somehow, You know, sometimes I take the opportunity to just let the game decide, thinking they would, my contracted wrestler would go over the local talent hired for $12 in a soda pop. But alas, Luke Hawx goes over Brian Cage here on the pre-show. Biff Busick goes over Mike Pero in 10:26. Oh, that was only 2 pre-show matches. That's the end of the pre-show right here. Another big win for Big Biff Busick when he defeats Mike Pero here. Got another 56. Biff Busick. Let me write that down. Biff is good. Got it. All right, let's start the show off here. The go home for AEW Dynamite. No promo to start. We're starting off hot and heavy. We have a match to start the show off. Roppongi Vice member Rocky Romero comes down to the ring, and he's taking on Alex Shelley in one-on-one action. And Alex Shelley gets the job done in 14-19 with a shell shock. Alex Shelley gets the win here. In the Pine Bluff Center Theater, we moved to Arkansas for this show. Don't know why, but the game decided to. Big win for Alex Shelley. Shane McMahon, he says tonight's main event is Kevin Steen versus Shelton Benjamin. 2 or 4 days away from Double or Nothing. Red Dragon, they're here tonight. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, they were working New Japan Pro Wrestling with a handful of people on our roster. They were there last Wednesday. But tonight, it's Kyle O'Reilly taking on Eddie Colon. And at Double or Nothing, it's Red Dragon and the Colones, the AEW World Tag Team Championships, on the line. Our next match, Tommaso Ciampa takes on Adam Page. We saw Ciampa take out Rob Van Dam after a big loss to him last week. He gets the job done against relatively unknown superstar Adam Page and hits him with the Project Ciampa in 6:13. As he's still in the ring, RVD is on the Titan. He goes, Ciampa, hey, man. Hey, what you did last week was not cool, man. Not cool. And now I'm out of action for a couple of weeks. And that means I can't get my hands on revenge on you with Double or Nothing. But let me tell you right now, Tommaso, I got a surprise for you. You'll find out at Double or Nothing. Because I am RVD. And you will go lose at DON. We move on. We got some highlights, courtesy of New Japan Pro Wrestling, where London and Kendrick defeated Roppongi Vice, Rocky Romero. No, they defeated probably. Who the fuck did they defeat? Who was a tag team in 2013? Doesn't matter. London and Kendrick. They made, and after the match, Kendrick grabs the mic and they made the claim of being the best tag team in all of the world. After a big win in New Japan. We move on from that. We have a debut here, guys. A debut here on the go home to Double or Nothing. It's Ring of Honor's superstar, Mike Bennett, taking on Davey Richards. And Davey Richards will defeat Mike Bennett. And in 12-16 with a creeping death. Now, Mike Bennett, who at this point is in a relationship with beautiful people member Maria Kanellis at this point. So Mike Bennett brought him in to cheer up Marie. It's always nice to have your partner in the locker room at the same time as you. Mike Bennett and Davey Richards have pretty good chemistry, and he debuted his arrogant heel gimmick. All right, cool. Mike Bennett here in All Elite Wrestling. We also have another match, our 4th match of the night. A advertised match, Kyle O'Reilly and Eddie Colon. And they have a decent little match here. Kyle O'Reilly does get the job done. He is the tag team champion, of course, as he makes Eddie Colon tap out in 14:45 with the Armageddon. Get it? Because it's an arm bar. Get it? Armageddon. Get it? Kyle O'Reilly wins. It's going to be Red Dragon of the Clones at Double or Nothing. We move on. Shane McMahon's in his locker room. his locker room, his office. Why do I keep calling it in his locker room? And he's doing some notes. He's doing some pieces of paper. He's taking some notes. He's typing on. He's sending some emails. And Melina and Mickie James storm in there, and they want some revenge. Mickie being attacked by Maria Kanellis and Angelina Love. They call him out. Mickie and Melina want the beautiful people in tag team action at Double or Nothing, and Shane McMahon grants it. Well, we will see the AEW Women's Champion Mickie James and Melina Perez take on Angelina Love and Maria Kanellis. That'll be a barn burner right there. We move on to our co-main event of the night. It is La Resistance, Rob Conway and Sylvain Grenier taking on Brian Kendrick and Paul London. And a decent little match here. Paul London and Brian Kendrick get the job done. They defeat Grenier and Conway in 11:50 when Paul London hits Rob Conway with a London calling. Speaking of calling, guess who comes out to the ring after this match? The Young Bucks. They take offense to Paul London and Brian Kendrick, as I spelled London and Kendrick wrong. Does the D not work? Why did I miss the D in both those? And then call them out. They said, I know you guys have been hiding under a shell as of late, but I don't know if you've ever taken a look at what me and Matt Jackson do in the ring. There's a reason why they call us the GOATs. We're the greatest tag team in the world. We're all over the place. We're taking PWG by storm. We're taking Dragon Gate USA, Evolve, Ring of Honor. And Paul London says, then why haven't we seen you in New Japan yet? Oh, and the crowd's like, ooh. See, if you really want to be the best tag team in the world, Matt and Nick, you got to actually wrestle around the world. That's what we are. We are the most well-tenured and decorated, accoladed tag teams around right now. We've done it all. We've seen it all. We've wrestled them all. Now you guys can... Cool. You guys have beaten local plumbers in Iowa and local dishwashers in California. Who cares? We are going to New Japan. We go to New Japan and get the job done, as you saw earlier tonight. That's something you haven't done. Something you probably will never do. We're the actual GOATs of tag team professional wrestling right now. And if you want to actually get in the ring and decide that, well, in 4 days, Double or Nothing. There seems to be an empty slot on the card. You want to put your money where your mouth is, Matt? Nick? And Matt and Jackson, they agree. We're getting London and Kendrick taking on the Young Bucks at Double or Nothing. And now we get to our main event where Kevin Steen looks into the camera right before going on. He's in gorilla position. And he just says, Edge, or Adam. He doesn't even call him Edge. He says, Adam, I pray to God you're watching this. And he goes out and he wrestles Shelton Benjamin. And they don't click. What a shame. Kevin Steen gets the job done in 15:46 with a package pile driver. A hell of a match. Steen was in control the whole time as he grabs the world championship after the 1, 2, 3. Edge pops up on the Titantron. Kevin, don't worry. I always am watching. As the crowd gasps in fear, in shock, not fear, as Edge comes behind him again and spears him. And Edge stands tall, grabbing the AEW World Championship. We're getting Edge and Steen in 6 days. We'll see you there for Double or Nothing, a 61. Another great show. We'll see you for Double or Nothing, live in Jacksonville, Florida, main evented by Adam Copeland, Edge, and Kevin Steen. We'll see you there. I may have messed up the first recording, but you know what? I'm going Double or Nothing. Welcome, everybody, to All Elite Wrestling presents Double or Nothing, live in Jacksonville, Florida, at the prestigious Swisher Gymnasium. I can't wait to run bigger arenas and shit like that. We got a massive show ahead of us. Look, main event, Kevin Steen puts his AEW World Championship on the line against a man that has not wrestled in 2 years. It's Steen versus Edge. That's our big main event. You can see the other matches on the card. We also got Uhaa Nation making his in-ring debut tonight. But let's just get right into it. Our pre-show. Then we start off Biff Busick taking on Trent? Question mark? Biff Busick gets the job done in 10:23. Hits him with the good old American Blockbuster. One of my favorite stores back in the day. Biff Busick gets the win over Trent. We move on. It's Rene Dupree and Adam Page going one-on-one, and Adam Page, shout out Adam Page, getting a win here on the pay-per-view pre-show. We also got a big... we got Johnny Gargano and Cedric Alexander next. Of course, how could I forget Johnny Gargano hitting Cedric Alexander in 9:31 with the Gargano Escape, the escape. Big win for Gargano. And that leads us to our pre-show main event, a 6-man scramble match. We have Sugar Dunkerton, Sammy Callahan, A.R. Fox, Mike Bennett, Chris Masters. Those 5 guys making their way to the ring. And we have a surprise for the 6th man, making his in-ring debut here for All Elite Wrestling. I didn't call him. I should have renamed him his name. It's Johnny Elite. It's John Hennigan. And about that head, Decent Wrestling, not much heat. John Hennigan, Johnny Elite, gets the job done in the scramble match when he wins. He got a 71. Good fucking lord, brother. Who did bad? Chris Masters and Donkey. Okay. A.R. Fox, a 60. Second best in the ring. Okay. All right. And that concludes the pre-show here at Double or Nothing. And we start... it's Kevin Kelly and Excalibur on call tonight. They're welcome to All Elite Wrestling presents Double or Nothing, and they're hyping up the big main event. It's Kevin Steen versus Edge, the first ever world champion. Kevin Steen taking on the man that Steen grew up watching in Canada. It's Edge. Oh, there was a big bang in my apartment. What the fuck was that? I don't know. Uhaa Nation makes his way down on the ring. Him and Jay Lethal are in action to start off the show, and it's Uhaa Nation's debut match here in All Elite Wrestling. Uhaa versus Jay Lethal. We haven't seen Uhaa in this whole save yet. He has been working Dragon Gate and Dragon Gate USA for the last month, but tonight, here on Sunday, week 4, June 2013, Dragon Gate not working. So we had to use Uhaa. Ricochet would have been this preferred opponent, but Ricochet suffered an injury working said Dragon Gate show and is out for a month. So it's Uhaa and Jay Lethal. And about the head, a great reaction, a decent reaction from the crowd. Great wrestling, a decent reaction from the crowd. Sorry. Jay Lethal. He's a veteran of the ring, and he's just his experience in the squared circle proves to be too much for the wildly athletic and powerful Uhaa Nation as he hits him with the lethal injection and wins in 14:40. But that's not all, because Lethal gets his hand raised and he picks up Uhaa Nation and he raises Uhaa's hand and then he gives him the rub. He gives them like, hey guys, this is the real deal. Uhaa Nation getting the rub from Jay Lethal here to start off the show. What a nice way to start Double or Nothing is what I want. We go backstage in the parking lot and look who is here. Kevin Steen. And he goes, he gets interviewed. He gets, I was going to say confronted, but confronted sounds too, like, hey, I'm going to beat your ass kind of thing. No, confront. Kevin Kelly. Kevin, you got maybe one of the biggest matches of your life ahead of you in a couple of hours. What's going through your head? And Kevin's like, look, I was a little boy. I went to WrestleMania with my family here in Canada. Maybe not WrestleMania, but, I went to, we were at Survivor Series in Montreal. We saw Brett. We saw Shawn Michaels win. We saw Brett. And ever since that moment, I loved professional wrestling. And one of the guys I gravitated towards was a man they called Edge. And now tonight, life's crazy, funny full circle comes to a close as I prove to everyone, but mostly myself, why I made the right decision, why I made the right decision by not jumping ship to WWE, that I can get in this ring at any time and any place and go toe to toe with any superstar, with any entertainer. Edge, thank you for the memories, but tonight I close this chapter and rewrite some new history. We move on. It's Mickie James, Melina. The AEW Women's Champion, Mickie James and Melina Perez, taking on Angelina Love and Maria Kanellis, the beautiful people. We saw Mickie James winning the Women's Championship at All In. And then she got attacked by Angelina Love and Maria Kanellis. Melina Perez jumping to her friend's side a couple of weeks ago, and that has led to this match right here. A big tag team match between Mickie and Melina and the beautiful people. Oh, everyone's having a good time tonight in the Mackenzie TW house. But Melina and Mickie get the job done. You know, Mickie and Melina, the AEW Women's Champion and Melina Perez, defeat the beautiful people in 12:48 when Mickie James pins Angelina Love with a Mickie DDT. And then after the match, they celebrate. Their arms are raised in the air. They hug. But then Melina pulls in Mickie James and says, "This isn't over. You may have beaten me at All In, but I'm taking that belt off you." And they have a big stare down there. A big stare down here in Double or Nothing. We go to commercial, and we go right back. We got a huge match up next. It's the Young Bucks taking on Brian Kendrick and Paul London. Kendrick and London going over the New Japan. I found out what team they beat. They beat the Time Splitters, a team I forgot about at this point. Alex Shelley and Kushida. They beat them and then proclaimed that they were the greatest tag team wrestlers in the world, which, you know, the Young Bucks, to their credit, have done a lot in this business and this point in 2013, which is crazy to think about. But they haven't wrestled around the world. And they took offense to that, which in turn made London and Kendrick say, "You haven't even stepped a foot in the New Japan ring, and you say you're the greatest tag team in the world. Know your place. Shut your mouth. We'll see you in the ring." It's the Young Bucks, London and Kendrick, up next in a great match right here. Ooh, a 63. Kendrick and London, though, shutting the little kids up as they defeat Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson when Kendrick hits Nick Jackson with a sliced bread. There's a reason why Kendrick and London are respected around this business. Not saying the Young Bucks aren't, but hey, you know what I'm saying. We go to commercial. Again, commercial. We come back. Tommaso Ciampa makes his way down to the ring. And this whole rivalry started when Ciampa, called RVD an old man. They got in the ring. And Ciampa mangled RVD's knee. Stomped at it until people had to fucking carry him out of the ring. RVD says, "Hey, Ciampa, I can't go. I'm still hurt, but I got a surprise for you at Double or Nothing." So that's what we're in. Ciampa makes his way to the ring. And RVD, he's got his crutches and he's got his boot. He can't really walk. He says, "Hey, glad you can make it, man. I told you I had a surprise. I mean, I can't fight, but I know this man can. He's a man I went to war with and a man I can call my friend. Everybody, please welcome." Oh, shit. Rhino, the man beast, is here. Oh, holy shit. Wow. Rhino is here, and it's Rhino and Tommaso Ciampa. They have a banger of a match, but Ciampa... Rhino's struggling. Rhino was struggling in this match. Old man Rhino can't go in 2013, apparently. Ciampa, remember... Hey, Rhino becomes a tag team champion in WWE in real life in, 2016, so... Ciampa gets the job done with a Project Ciampa. Ciampa only had 51 in ring. He had a 55 against RVD, didn't he? We got 3 more matches to go, everybody. Ciampa defeating Rhino here. We got the television championship coming up next. We got the tag team championships, and we got Kevin Steen and Edge making their way down to the ring. Adam Cole and Robert Roode. Shane McMahon's in the ring, and he reveals the television championship right there. It's Robert Roode, Adam Cole, TV title on the line. And a 60. Ooh, great chemistry for these two. Adam Cole gets the job done with a last shot. Adam Cole wins the AEW TTV title. Not the TT. He didn't win the Twitch TV title. No. Fuck. I named it incorrectly. Unbelievable. Hey, well, Adam Cole. You know, he is a streamer at this point in real life. So, hey. Here's the Twitch belt, brother. Big win for Adam Cole, and he grabs the title. He's on the apron, and he does his thing. He goes, Adam Cole, baby! Big win for Adam Cole. We got our co-main event up next, though. It's the Ring of Honor and AEW Tag Team Champions. It's Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. It's Red Dragon taking on the two guys that are still contracted by WWE at this point. It's Eddie and Orlando Colon. It's the Colon brothers against Red Dragon. And a decent little match here. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, Red Dragon, defeat the Colones in 1804 when Bobby Fish taps out Orlando Colon with a fish hook deluxe. And they make this a defense number 1 of the AEW World Tag Team titles. And now that, everybody, leads us to Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly grabbed the microphone and said, we just beat a contracted two wrestlers that are actively being paid by the Fed right now. Maybe we should just jump over there. If it's that easy, maybe we should just jump over there. To people booing that. People don't like that. We're anti-WWE here. But that leads us to our main event now. Kevin Steen making his way down to the ring. Edge making his way down to the ring. His first ever wrestling match in 2 years. A lot on the line here. And these guys have an absolute back and forth match. But it all comes down to Edge. Edge hitting a big old fucking kick. Hits him with a kick. But Kevin Steen reverses the kick. He reverses the drop kick. The missile drop kick. And Edge gets picked up, thrown to the ropes, pop-up powerbomb. And Steen gets a little bit too much on it, and Edge grabs his neck. And that's not good. You don't want to see that. He's in active pain, and Steen is in the corner. He's sitting down. He's like, oh, fuck. Oh, no. Remember, Edge was Steen's favorite superstar growing up. This means this match, it's not just personal in terms of AEW getting beat down the last couple of weeks. It's personal because, Edge is the reason why Steen got even into wrestling, and now he just maybe put his fucking hero back on the shelf. And he's hurt, and Steen goes over to check on him. A doctor's around, the ambulance, there's a stretcher, and shit's getting real. And Steen goes to pick up. I was like, Edge, you all right? Adam, oh man, I really... And fucking Adam Copeland just pokes him in the eye. I think he's faking it the whole time. He gets up. He throws Kevin Steen off the ropes. Pop-up powerbomb. Hits him with the spear. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Edge is your champion. The little fucker. The piece of shit. Edge, your new champion. And that is your main event. That is it. A65, Double or Nothing. Best show yet. Best match yet, I think, of Steen and Edge. Let's get out. We're not going to finish it. We'll finish the show, but we'll look around what's going on in the Fed right now. We'll look at what's going on in WWE or New Japan. New Japan has had some bangers over there. They just ran Dominion. I think Okada beat Suzuki in a 95 rated match. Oh man, we're looking at half of the year. Oh, we got awards. Okay. Oh no, whoa, hey. What's up, Jim? Okay, well, that might be a big get. Tara, oh man, oh, hey, whoa, what's going on here? We got some, okay. Let's see. Are they going after him? Oh, don't look at that. They don't need to look at that. He's got no other offers. Okay. All right. Who was the other one? Tara? Okay, she got offered one, so I don't really want to fight with them. But Jim Ross and Ted DiBiase. Wow, that's crazy. Rest of the year, Shibata. What's he done this year? Let's look. Shibata beating Kojima. They beat the Iron Men, which is Bad Luck Fale and Carl Anderson. Okay. All right. Any other just tag matches? Oh, the big match with Okada got a 97. Good lord. Okada's having a run right now. I wish I could see number 2. Company, yeah, New Japan. Look. I mean, Okada, Suzuki, Tanahashi, and Nakamura. They've had some bangers. Okada is just on top of the world right now. In terms of pop. Well, he's not even that over in Japan. 76. He's just that damn fucking good. He's just that damn good. Team of the year. Averno and Mephisto. What are they? AAA? CMLL. That's fucked. Match of the year. Okada Shibata, of course. Okay. Yep. La Sombra, young wrestler of the year. He's injured right now. He's got a corneal. Some of this fucking scratched his eye. But he's still working through it, it looks like. Oh, no, he's not. He just wrestles a lot. Okay. La Sombra, veteran wrestler. Mephisto, okay. AJ Lee, your female wrestler of the year right now. She's 12-1. She's beaten everyone. She's beaten Rosa, Natty, Layla, Natty, Tamina, Summer. Tag team match, beating Oksana and Tamina. Beat Summer Rae, losing to Alicia Fox, who is the Divas champion at the moment. Okay. And then beating Tamina. What is that? Natty match is good. Natty's... Oh, they must have great chemistry. Or... Yeah, I think Alicia Fox and AJ Lee just don't have great chemistry, because you can look at... She only got a 51 in that match. And her match with Tamina, she got a 71. So... Just don't think she's got great chemistry with Alicia Fox. Independent Wrestler of the Year is Tomohitsu Matsunaga. What's he doing? He's a DDT right now. He's 2-2. Good for you. Good for you, brother. WWE. What are they doing? They dropped, I think, from Big, if I can remember. Yes, they have fallen to medium back in May. That's the show history. Wrong one. They ran Extreme Rules, which was headlined by Cena and Brock Lesnar, and CM Punk defeating Taker and Jericho in a triple threat match. And then why did I just close that out? And then they just had Payback, which had John Cena defeating Daniel Bryan, and the Sector of Brock Lesnar and The Big Show defeating the Brothers of Destruction and Del Rio and Jericho. We also see Wade Barrett and Miz, Orton and Santino, Kofi retaining his belt. Who the fuck has kissed this? No, don't. Oh my. Kiss This is a team comprised of the Great Khali and Yoshitatsu. Of course. Why? Shining Force? Okay, Natty and Rosa. And then Team Bandit is Hunico and Cesaro. That's who the Painkillers. Oh, of course, Joe Henning and Fandango. Of course. How could I forget? SmackDown. Yeah, I mean, Seth Rollins, JTG. That's all I need to say. Caitlyn Oksana. What was the opener? Natty and Summer. Okay. All right. There's a lot of shit going on over there. What's going on in TNA world right now? Slammiversary just happened, where Bully Ray defeated Sting, and AJ Styles and Kurt Angle defeated Joe and Aries. And James Storm defeated Luke Gallows in a fucking first blood match. Let's go. Oh, a ladder match with Tara, Crazy Mary Dobson, Taryn Terrell, and ODB. Well, that's kind of a heater right there. What other matches? Okay. All right. Okay, cool. Abyss, Jeff Hardy, and Mr. Anderson defeating Homicide and the Bromance. That's interesting. Who are the champions over there? Okay, Bully, Chavo and Hernandez, Kenny King, and Devon. Of course. What's going on in Ring of Honor world right now? Have they Best in the World just happened? Briscoe defeating Lethal to retain his belt, and a bunch of other stuff. Okay, I love when Kevin Steen loses. That's cool. Border Wars, yeah, that's cool. Matt Taven, your tag. Oh, they don't have money. Uh-oh. You have negative 49,000. What are you talking about? Whatever. Any other ones? NXT. You guys want to see what happened in NXT? I didn't realize they were tiny. NXT TakeOver. Partnership of Pain defeating the Wyan family. Who do you think? Let's take a guess right now. Put in the comments below. Who do you think the Partnership of Pain are? Did you guess Xavier Woods and Corey Graves? Well, if you did, come on down. You just won. For fuck's sake. Travis Tyler. Who is Travis Tyler? Okay. He just beat Sami Zayn in the co-main. He got a 25 while Sammy's busting out 73s. Good for you. And Camacho defeating El Torito. No. Dante Dash and the Silent Ray. I don't. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Jason Jordan. Wow. Opening with Leo Kruger and fucking Mojo Rawley. Let's fucking go. Okay. All right. NXT's doing their thing. PWG, I guess. Kevin Steen, Bucks, Coles, Larry Sabisco, of course, all the big names over there. Adam Cole defeating Kevin Steen to retain the belt is your last main event. The Young Bucks defeating Elgin and Kozlov. You see Alex Kozlov a lot in here, but I don't know anything about him. I was looking up all the couples. Oh, what was I doing with that? Oh, so we had some incidences happen. Ayoko Hamada, OD'd. That's bad. Nosawa police incident. Brian Christopher was caught in possession of soft drugs, and then fucking week later was rushed to the hospital after an overdose. Notorious good guy Chasing Rants was involved with the incident with the police. Shad Gaspard, shout out Shad, is in a popular TV show now. Lucky Kid, Sanjay Dutt have been involved with some police incidents back-to-back days, and Solo Darling is pregnant. Good for her. Any other new workers? Eva Marie, first off, is in wrestling now. I didn't even go over something. Jesus Christ. Are any of these people real? I'm sure they are, but I don't. These guys got the same backgrounds. Oh, graduated in New Japan. Are you a New Japan guy then too? No, you're just 5-star quality, brother. Oh no. Eva Marie, what's her fucking stats look like, brother? 80 star quality and 95. Okay, all right, I see you, Eva. You're not coming here at all elite, but Kurt Stallion, shout out. Okay. What I meant to go over was, unfortunately, Ted DiBiase Sr. died. I hired him as a road agent, and he passed away. So I meant to run Double or Nothing as a tribute show, but we will run that on Raw Dynamite next week. That's very unfortunate. Working retirements, a lot of people have retired. Including Bob Holly, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, Tito, Meng, El Samurai, of course, Super Parka, Bobby Heenan. So a lot of these guys, Billy Corgan's gone now. That's crazy. Good for you. Roddy, Kevin Nash. A lot of guys I was not going to use anyway. Rick Steiner. Okay, all right. And then any other news that we need to go over? Injuries we don't really need to look over. Hall of Fame. I think that's really it. Extensions. I don't think anyone's really left the Fed yet either. I wonder if alumni is going to have everyone. Yeah, they're going to have everyone. Of course they are. Cena extended his deal. We can go over people they've hired as well, including Charles Wright, who's now training in WWE, as well as Shane Douglas. Carly Perez has been sent to NXT. What is she? I don't know Carly Perez. Maxine. Is she still around? Let me know. Nyla Rose was also the other one they hired. So Nyla Rose is part of NXT at the moment as well. Matt Stryker re-signs with them. Regal's not on the main show. JTG has re-signed. Briley Pierce has re-signed, which is Dolph's brother. And John Cena. I don't remember. And then I went to war with them. So don't worry about that. We'll see you for... Well, I think that's all the news I need to get to. I don't think really anything's really happened other than that. Yeah. Brooke Hogan. Oh, shit. Let's get Brooke Hogan over here. I'm just fucking joking. Can she go? Can she wrestle? She's a non-wrestler. Well, the fuck would I want her then? Oh, well. We'll see you for episode... Probably 2. Yeah, probably episode 2. Where we leave... Where are we going next? What's the next event? Bash at the Beach? Let's go, brother. AEW Bash at the Beach is up next. We'll see you for episode 2.